So let's play a little game of let's imagine we're playing in the driveway, we're playing basketball, and we're playing a game of horse. I'll do a shot, and then you have to answer it. And since I can't hear you, let's imagine I'm making all my shots, and you have to copy what I do. So it's a bit of Simon Says, and just try to grab, it'll be very simple note-wise, but it'll be something about the phrasing and the rhythm that I want you to grab. So a lot of repetition in there, right? Now you do it. What if I went? Now try that. Just approaching it from below. You can take that approach throughout the whole scale. You can be like, right? Something else. How we go? Just vibrato on one note. Try that. That one note. See if you can make it sound really drowsy. We're gonna get a little bit more like metaphorical here. Okay, so now let's try to play over caffeinated. Right? It's kind of punchy and a little bit aggressive, a little bit ahead of the beat. You're saying, wait a second, you're playing a note that's not on the scale because you're ready for it. So to be honest, I thought I was going to be making self-paced courses like a lot of people offer, just like, here's a bunch of videos. But it turns out momentum matters more. People want to show up and play every day. They just need a reason. I'll be your reason. 15, maybe 20 minutes a day. We just do simple games and exercises. It's fun, it's effective, and you get to try it now totally for free, like actually free, like really a free plan. No payment information or credit card required. You can start right now with my guitar workout of the day starter plan. Join us for 2 workouts a week, and you get one of my full courses to dive into and go deeper, and you get a bunch of extra bonus lessons like my 11 lifesaver licks, the 22 tasty chords, a lot of good extra swag, and you get a community to connect with and actually stay on track with. Everyone's cool, they're cheering each other on, so come join us. But also you got to be nice because we're just good people playing guitar. Check it out, hit the link in the description, join us on this amazing new free starter plan. I'm gonna limit the availability, so get in while the getting's gettable, you know what I mean? If you're getting bored with guitar, this is the shot in the arm you need, the pow to get going. Stay on track, hit your goals, get those guitar gains, we'll see you inside. What we're looking for is a way to maybe break out of the box, as we're always trying to do, break out of the mindset of always thinking that scales are what you use for soloing. And that is kind of drilled into us from day one. It's like, okay, it's time to play a solo. How do I play a solo? The first advice we usually get is you got to learn scales. And that usually comes after we've learned some sort of a riff where we're like, oh, okay, I know this. Like, we learn a riff. We're like, okay, but now how do I solo over that, right? We have something signature and maybe we learn some chords. And we just want to be, well, what do I play on top of it? Someone shows us that A minor pentatonic box, and the rest is history. And so we kind of kick around that. And usually when we first learn it, it's a lot to just get the muscle memory to try to hit the right dots, right? That feeling of like, don't step on, the floor is lava. You don't want to hit the wrong notes. So you're kind of desperately trying to stay within the scale. Remember, was it 3, 3? No, that's wrong. Was it 3? Okay, no, it's 2, 2, 2. And we get this little pattern in our mind of like, okay, as long as I go here, I'm safe. And as long as I don't go there, I'm safe. Okay. But the leftover effect of that is that we have this very careful sound whenever we're playing over any kind of groove. And then we're kind of caught between thinking, well, if I play the riff, like from a signature song, then it's like, well, that's the riff, and then everyone's going to know what that is. But then if I play soloing, I'm practicing my soloing as if like I'm eating my vegetables, but it just doesn't really sound that exciting. And so what I'm hoping to show you today, if we're playing over some chord changes and someone's covering the rhythm, meaning in this little groove here, there's a drum part, there's a bass part, there's a really mellow keyboard part, and there's a simple rhythm part that's playing those kind of offbeat, sort of upbeat things. So if it's your turn to solo, maybe we start thinking less about, okay, what's the scale I'm supposed to use? That kind of like, okay, I'm walking the plank. I'm not playing any wrong notes. Is anyone liking this? Are we happy? And I come at you with love, just a little bit of tongue in cheek to say, like, you know what you love about music. And it is great to get to know a scale and give yourself the space to like kick the tires. But if you find yourself just playing along with jam tracks that never change and going for 10 minutes plus, I'm looking at you, and it feels good. That's the thing that we all need to admit, is that settling into a simple blues jam, it's like settling into a hot tub that's just the right temperature. You know, when you're just doing your noodles and it's all right, nobody, myself included, should be allowed to tell you, hey, like, you're the reason for the downfall of society. No, you're doing a good thing there. But if you were wondering where it could go next, and if you were starting to feel a little bored, here we are. And don't be too surprised to find out that sometimes the idea of where to go next might involve taking what you already know and taking a simpler approach rather than the trap or the literal clickbait we often fall into, which is like, well, I've got to learn more notes because these notes are obviously old news. That's the wrong way to think about it. It's not like putting in a fresh stick of gum to be like, well, now that I've got more notes, I'm doing better. Sure, you might find more notes, and we'll get into some more notes as far as notes that you don't typically play. But just try to keep your ears, literally and figuratively, open to hear, oh, that's that, whatever that was. You know, you'll have your own moments where, what was that? Where you're on a scavenger hunt to find things that they resemble what you've heard before in songs you love. That's what you're after. And so I'll get into the technical stuff of like, oh, you want to aim for this note during this chord and blah, blah, blah. There's concepts that you want to bring into your technical part of your brain, whether it's left or right, I can never remember. But bring your sense of taste, bring your sense of what you love, and that will never steer you wrong because it's music. And if you like it, end of story. Boom. You like Baby Shark? We might not hang out, but I respect you. But I've started a new site all based around what has been changing the game, which is like daily workouts. 5 days a week, we do like 4 of these workouts on the weekdays, just like what we're doing here, like a live stream where you can be commenting. You could also just be laying low and just like lurking in the shadows and jamming along. It's great. But it gives you that accountability where if you want to show up and see your friends and you know, jump in the water together, we stay on one topic for the week, which is awesome. Last week we were working on blues, chord tones, playing the changes. I'm announcing a brand new starter plan. It's the Guitar Friend Tim starter plan. You get started and you got somewhere to stand when you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do.